welcome to a new game I'm playing. It's called Across the Grooves. It came out some time ago. I bought it when it came out, but I haven't had a chance to play it. I was waiting for the right time. Apparently now's the right time. I honestly don't know what I'm getting into, so let's get started. Okay, interactive graphic novel. During your adventure, you will be asked to make choices that will define how your story progresses. So, alright, guess I pressed, there we go. When your decisions influence the personality of the main character Alice, one or two symbols light up on the top of the screen. Okay. Spiral, lining, flower, skull. Okay. Okay, across the grooves, some of the scenes are sung. When that's the case, lyrics will be displayed as special dialogue bubbles like this one. Of course, keep on reading in your own rhythm, but if you want to hear the full song, you have to adjust the reading speed to the rhythm of the lyrics. Across the grooves, your progress is saved automatically. You won't be able to change the decisions you've made. Makes sense. However, the sum of your choices always leads to different scenarios. It's impossible to lose in Across the Grooves. Choose wisely. Alright, here we go. Jean-Baptiste, like Alice. Interphone buzzes again. I'm putting on my blouse. Jean-Baptiste. I should stop saying names. Just say it. It's like, Alice, can you get that, please? At this time of the morning, it's probably delivery. I wonder what Jean-Baptiste says. Order this time. I'll answer. Quickly finish dressing and hurry to answer the interphone. The delivery man, who I thank for his patience, tells me in a toneless voice that yes, there is a package for me. A few minutes later, back in my kitchen, made myself a coffee, and with a sense of foreboding, I look at the flat, square package which dominates the kitchen table. Jean-Baptiste comes to the kitchen, absently buttoning his shirt. Okay, what kind of game am I getting into? He jerks his head toward the package and peers at me. What's that? I think it's a record, a vinyl. Wait, hold on. Laptop's messing up. Shoot. Man, why is it messing up now? I mean, the stream's not messing up, that's good. Glad the stream's not messing up, but my laptop, oh crap. Huh. Come on, don't mess up on me, don't mess up on me. Alright. Laptop, you're good. Okay, whoo. That laptop really messed up for a moment. Okay, get back to the game. Yeah, the shape of the package is so distinctive that my guess is almost a certainty, and the handwriting leaves me no possible doubt. I recognize the hesitant, disjoint handwriting of Ulysses, a record store owner with whom I shared several years of my life before I met Jean-Baptiste a little over 3 years ago. As I've had no news from Ulysses, I'll say Yuli, since this is the night we split up, getting a package from him is unexpected, to say the least. Jean-Baptiste gives me a quizzical stare. Yeah, I might as well tell him the truth. I think it was Yuli who sent it to me. Your ex? Yes, I'm as surprised as you are. I swear, I haven't been in contact with him at all since we broke up. Jean-Baptiste moves closer and strokes his fingers gently through my hair. You should open it. Maybe there's a note, an explanation. He was a part of your life for a long time and you were a part of his. I guess if he's decided to contact you now, it's something important. You're right. I've got to run. Okay. Okay, my father has some big Chinese clients coming to the castle at lunchtime. I have to organize the meeting with the cellar master. Wait, castle? Wait, castle? What? What kind of universe are we living in? Alright. He plants a quick kiss on my lips. Shall we meet up at the brasserie? I've seen that word before. Never had to use this. Never had to use that word for you. Brasserie this evening. I might finish late. I remember that we planned dinner this evening with my brother and sister-in-law. Yes, okay, let's meet there. It's easier. I wait, listening to his footsteps go down the stairs and fade before I return to the kitchen to open the package. I need a little privacy to deal with the intrusion of this ghost from my past. Hold on. Okay, where were we at? I grab a large chef's knife from the worktop and slide it along the fold, cleanly slicing the seal of brown packing tape. Inside there's a record, a 45, a 7-inch as the English call them. It's protected by a new sleeve, white card without anything written that could give me some idea of what's pressed into the grooves. Knowing Yuli's passion for rare records is probably a white label test pressing sent to the record company by the factory to check the track order and general sound quality before mass producing the record. I carefully slide the record out of his jacket, and that previous paragraph before. Come on, so much words. Okay. There's no label in the middle to tell me more of its contents. What I suppose to be the A side is cut into one single piece, which leaves one to suppose that it's a 45. As for the B side, it's bare of any grooves. The black, shiny surface of the record seems to reflect my confusion back at me. Why? And for that, particularly, why now? It's been more than 3 years since Yuli vanished from my life. 3 years without a word. What could have driven him to send me a record now without the least explanation? I checked the clock on the wall above the door. I still have 15 minutes before I need to leave the office, which leaves me plenty of time to listen to the record, which can't last more than 5 minutes, maybe 7, 8 maximum. I pick up the packaging to put in the wastebasket, and take a moment to inspect it again, checking there's no note or anything hidden in the fold. Nothing. And no return address either. The postmark tells me that the parcel was posted from Paris, the 10th arrondissement? What's up with all these words that I'm finally using after 33 years of my life? I take the record, then hesitate again. Do I really want to revisit the past now before work? Or wouldn't it be better to wait till this evening? Do I have a time limit? Listen to the record or go to work. You know what? Listen to the record. Why not? I decide not. This can't wait. In any case, if I don't listen to the record now, I won't be able to think of anything else all day. Go into the living room. The hi-fi has been relegated to a corner of the room behind the couch. As I lift the cover of the turntable, dust floats up into the room. Jean-Baptiste prefers the background noise of the TV, so naturally I've stopped listening to music since we moved in together. plug in the headphones and put them over my ears. Night is upon me. A dark alley of cobblestone. This is it. Glittering in the drizzling rain. Take the last drag. Well, this is the song, yeah. Door opens. Door opens. Warm pours out the crack. Distant drum beat grows louder. Thunderstorm. You look at me. Invite me in. Screw it. Just do it. I follow you. Follow you inside. Drowse my pain. Okay. In the sea of others. Together. Well alone. Tear me apart. I'm shrinking. You're the one who grows distant. But it's me who's shrinking. I'm becoming someone else. In your absence. Let's try this one. Already apart. Even in your presence. Really? He turns and gazes at me sadly. I remember this evening perfectly. This is the day I met Jean-Baptiste. And this is the day Yuli and I said goodbye. We broken up a week earlier, but we had tickets for this concert. I told myself that I didn't want to miss out, that I could handle it. The two of us sharing the same space just for just a couple of hours. Big mistake. I hadn't anticipated the wrench I would feel in my heart when I saw him. Yes? I just came to see if you're okay. Sorry? Yes, I'm sorry too. Yuli lowers his eyes, remorseful. I'm going to go. This was a bad idea. I shouldn't have come here tonight. He goes out the door and moves away. For a moment, I falter. Perhaps I should let him go, as he does in my memory. I should push my way to the bar, order a double whiskey, and let Jean-Baptiste buy it for me, then go for coffee with him a few days later. Yuli! He stops and looks at me, startled. In a few strides, I catch up to him. What a strange dream. Why did you send me a record? A record? I didn't send you any record. Yes, you did. It arrived this morning. White sleeve, no label. Does that ring a bell? Yuli looks terrified. You weren't supposed to listen to it. Wait. Hold on a sec. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Before I get to this part, before I move on. So, forget that Yuli didn't send the record, okay? Forget that part. I'm assuming the record has some sort of weird time travel properties or something similar to that. What's happening? Yeah, I mean, so wait, yeah, it has some sort of weird time travel thing, and yeah, it seems that the main character Alice knows what's happening, obviously, but then Yuli knows what's happening, or okay, I don't know. Let's move on. Listen, Alice. You have to go back to the bar. You have to do everything like the first time, like in your memory. There may still be time to avoid disaster. Yeah, let's do it. What disaster? What disaster? Yuli, please tell me. Need to understand. Everything I've did for you. Trust me, Alice. I promise you don't want to know more. Like, dude, I need to know more. What's happening in this game? I'm like barely like a few minutes in. I don't know what's happening. Around us, the world's beginning to break apart. It's too late. I hear the rhythm far away. Rushes toward me like a galloping horse. I am engulfed by the music once more. Oh, okay, thank you. Oh, it's a song. Okay. Breaking apart. I'm shrinking. You're the one who grows distant. It's me who's shrinking. I'm becoming someone else. In your absence. Breathing in, breathing out. Variations of me. Tear myself apart. Shrinking. Stretch my wings out. I'm someone else, and then I'm someone. Forget. Wait, so I'm done with chapter 1, or am I starting chapter 1? Bordeaux. I stare where I am, sat by the record player, the stylus circling the central groove, an unceasing hiss in my ears. Did I fall asleep? What happened? Take off the headphones and replace the tone arm on his wrist. Is that how you say it? I'm honestly not sure. The tone arm? Alright. On his wrist, blah blah blah. I try to get my thoughts in order. I haven't thought of Yuli in months. Never understood why we broke up. Our relationship worked. Little by little, Yuli became distant. Threw myself into my studies. I probably neglected him. Our twin orbits diverged, and then one day he was gone from my life. Should I have fought? Should I have tried to save what we built together? Would it have changed anything? I met Jean-Baptiste. He was charming. It was easy. Then I learned from Mark that Yuli had left Bordeaux. Wait, Bordeaux? City or what? What is that? Life went on. Finished my studies. Found a job in a bank. We moved in together, Jean-Baptiste and I. We quickly settled into a routine. Weeks, months, years passed without me really noticing. Is this truly happiness, or is it only a comfortable status quo that I've never had the courage to challenge? I have a strange sensation as if I had suddenly waken up from a long sleep, a sleep that lasted for years. Check the time, 9:35. Going to be late if I don't leave right now. Put on my coat and set off on a short walk between the apartment and the branch office of the bank where I work. Going to the bank, say hi to Martine on the counter, and then shut myself in my office. I have a stack of files to deal with, but I can't concentrate. Stop at the apartment after work to take a shower and change. Then hop on a tram to join Marie, Robin, and Jean-Baptiste at the restaurant. Open the door of the brasserie and plunge into the warm fug. I don't know what that word means. English, please. The hubbub, punctuated by the gurgle of the espresso machine. Espresso? No, I know what espresso is. Jean-Baptiste loves this place. It's just under his old apartment. Plus, Marie and Robin don't live far away. They just had a baby, and evening out from time to time was like a breath of fresh air for them. Past the bar and say hi to Michel, the owner. He seems surprised to see me, but before I can kiss him, hello, he's called away for an order on the other side of the counter. In the room, Robin's waving at me, waving to that. I sit down opposite him. At the end of the table, there's a pram. Marie's going out to take a phone call. Is everything alright? Oh yes, I'm guessing it's more problems with the christening. If I had any idea of what kind of nightmare this was going to be, I never let a priest get his claws into my progeny's spiritual life. Nice to maintain the traditions, or it's pointless, but it makes Marie happy. Screw it. Let's go with this one. You know it's important to Marie's parents. And it's a great tradition, isn't it? You don't get many opportunities to get all the family and friends together for a big party. Get the feeling that people are going to get more worked up about this than they do about weddings. And yet you're not married, so we couldn't really say you've got a reliable point of reference. Robin laughs. That's true, but I promise you I'm immune after all this nonsense. I lean over the pram. Baby is fast asleep. And I'm my favorite little niece. You can see she enjoys the hustle and bustle just like her auntie. Felt a hand on my shoulder. It's Marie. She's back. Phone in hand. We hug. Sorry, I gotta take a call for work. You'd think they'd just been leaving on the files on my desk for me to deal with all this after my maternity leave. So how's things with you? If I speak about the record, like, do they know about Yuli? I mean, I'm going to guess they do. But then, I don't know. I mean, I don't need to talk about the record unless like something pops up. So, all right, so everything's fine. You know, everything's fine. Marie knows I prefer to keep my thoughts private, but she also knows me too well not to notice that something's bothering me. What's the matter? Something wrong at home? Problem at the office? No, nothing like that. Got a package this morning from Yuli. Yuli, your ex? Himself. That's surprising, isn't it? You broke up, what, 3 years ago? What was in the package? A record, a vinyl. That's all? No note? Nothing? No, just a record. Without explanation. Ah, yes, I remember. The record store guy, right? I don't know why you guys broke up. He was really cool. Marie glares at Robin, who buries himself back into the wine list. So, no note, nothing? It's odd, isn't it? Yes. What was on the record? Did you listen to it? Yes, a 45, no label, no idea of the artist or the group. Trying to remember the music itself, but I can't seem to recall the melody. Sounded kind of psychedelic, probably from the 60s. Whole load of memories came flying back when I listened to it. It was really weird. I really felt like I was actually reliving the past, the night when Yuli and I broke up. Still, it's a little out of order for him. No news for years, and he sends you a record now without any explanation. So anyway, what are you going to do? Yeah, I might as well just, I don't know, do that. I don't know. I have to admit, I'm a bit messed up. On the one hand, if Yuli had decided to send me a record of 3 years of radio silence, it must be important to him. On the other, without any explanation, I've got no idea what he's trying to tell me. You should stop by his record store. That would be a good idea if he still worked there. He left Bordeaux after you split up, didn't he? Yes, still, it's not a bad idea. Mark, his old partner, is probably the most likely to know what happened to him since he left. I'll stop by there tomorrow evening on the way home. Hope he can clear all this up for me. But hope he can help. Listen, I don't want to hurt you, but can we order? So we get home before the next feed. Oh, we're gonna wait for Jean Baptiste? Marie and Robin look at me, bemused. Jean Baptiste? Yes, he was seeing some Chinese customers today, but he shouldn't be much longer. Alice, who is this Jean Baptiste? I don't know what to say. How can they not know who Jean Baptiste is? Jean Baptiste, my boyfriend, you know? We had dinner with you quite a few times. We even spent a weekend together this summer on the bay, don't you remember? Maria looks worried. Robin is glancing around nervously. I let out a shaky laugh. You're kidding me, right? Are you sure you're okay, Alice? Oh, hold on. Okay, what was it? Are you sure you're okay, Alice? This summer on the bay, you were with an Arthur. You broke up after 2 or 3 weeks after. You've never introduced us to any John Baptiste. Robin needs. Robin nods in agreement. I don't understand. Don't remember any Arthur. My head is spinning. A stand-up spot stands in my eye. Robin rushes to catch me by the shoulder. Alice, you're scaring me. Are you alright? Yes, I need some air. I turn and hurry through the brasserie. Behind me I hear Marie said, Robin, let her go. We'll call her tomorrow. Now I'm out on the street. The cool night air helps me to collect my thoughts. A little further away on the sidewalk, I make out the familiar shape of Jean Baptiste. He's smoking a cigarette. The Jean Baptiste I know has stopped smoking. We stopped together. Fumble in my coat pocket. I pull out a packet of Gauloises? I don't know how to say that. Half empty. Shouldn't be there. There's no rational explanation why I should have a packet of smokes on me. Unless Jean Baptiste has seen me. He smiles at me. Can't stay here staring at him from a distance. I have to make a decision, but I don't know if I should turn away or go talk to him. I hesitate. Yeah, I need to know. Let's go nearer. Go nearer. Jean Baptiste rummages through his pockets to hold a lighter out to me. I notice I still have the packet of cigarettes in my hand. I take one out and then light it for me. Are you alright? The way he looks at me, his manner, they aren't those of someone who shared several years of my life. Doesn't remember me, us either. It's at this precise moment that something that was just an impression, a suspicion, a kind of out there thought that which couldn't really happen in real life strikes me full force. The man who was making plans for the future with us yesterday is watching me with indifference, mildly disturbed by my distress. I'm a stranger to him and it hurts badly. And now there he is right in front of me, waiting for me to answer. Yeah, let's talk. Yes, fine, thanks. It's just that, how should I say it, my day's been emotional. Get exactly what you mean. We're on a slippery slope, which I decide not to continue down. I don't know how I'll react if he asks me what's happened in the day, and I know he's about to do just that. Have we met already? Your face looks familiar. I don't think so. I remember you. Do you often drink here? He nods toward the window behind me. Maybe you just saw me in there sometime? I come here a lot. I don't know, maybe, probably. Jean Baptiste drops a cigarette end and crushes it with his foot. Sorry, but I have to go. Do you want me to ask Michelle to get you a taxi? No, that's kind, but it's fine. He starts back to the bistro, then changes his mind and returns to pick up a cigarette end. Takes a chance to look at me again, as if he was searching for an elusive memory or a word on the tip of his tongue. Flashes me an embarrassed smile, accompanied by the good night, before disappearing into the bistro. I stay where I am in the cold, dragging on my cigarette, my heart, and my shoes. Then I turn away and head up the street toward the tram stop. First thing I do when I get back to the apartment is to bolt the door behind me. I had a feeling being followed on my way home. Probably being paranoid, but well, who knows? Someone breaking my home during the night really just topped my day off. Second thing that I do is go into the bedroom and open Jean Baptiste's side of the closet. I'm not particularly surprised to find it full of my old clothes, things I thought I got rid of. Go out on the balcony and light a cigarette. As I stand musing, look at the apartment, and I'm aware of a number of small differences that I hadn't noticed earlier in the day. There's no phone charger or small coins in the bowl on the dresser in the hall. The old games console, which had never been plugged back in since the move, is no longer on a shelf under the TV. The big photo of New York has been replaced by a tattered old poster from a regional rock music festival. The record, though, still dominates the kitchen table exactly where I left it earlier in the day. It seems impossible, but it's as if by putting the 45 on the turntable, I truly returned to my past. As if by choosing to run after Yuli at the night we broke up, I hadn't met Jean Baptiste at the bar. As if I had returned to a present where I'm single, where Jean Baptiste and I never met. Could try listening to the record again, get to the bottom of this, but I'm afraid of making things worse. If I really, if it really, if it really does have the power to change my past, it could have catastrophic consequences on my life. What did you call that again? The butterfly effect. Hope Mark will help me to clear this all up. At least he should tell me what's happened to Yuli. Got my phone and leave an apology message for Murray. Assuring her that everything's fine. I'm sorry I slipped away so early. Then I crush out the cigarette and crawl into my covers in hope of sleep. Saint Michel or Saint Michel. I don't know. It's French. Realize I've hardly set foot in this district since I split with Yuli. The store that Mark shared with Yuli is in a little semi-pedestrian street on the corner. Used to come by here almost every day after my college lessons a few years ago. I'm gonna push the door open. I'm assailed by the characteristic odor of old records, similar yet distinct from the smell of old books. Big speakers fixed to the ceiling blare out the strident fuzz. Guitar solo at a volume theoretically much too high for a business establishment. I'd be incapable of saying whether it was some obscure 70s garage band or post-rock movement contemporaries trying to imitate their elders. Mark is reading the sleeve with interest. Only when I reach the other side of the counter does he deign to look up. He smiles at me, then murmurs something incomprehensible in the dead. I gesture at him that can't hear anything, pointing at my ears. Flaps his hand at me to wait, then turns the volume on his amp down to something better adapted to conversation. I was saying they're a local band, pretty powerful, huh? I signed them for an EP I just got the pressing. What's amazing with Mark is that even if we haven't seen each other for probably over a year, he behaves as if we spent yesterday evening together. Hello, Mark, you okay? Everything's cool, thanks. And you? What brings you down here? Have you heard from Yuli lately? No. Mark seems a little surprised at the question. Now you mention it, it's been an age. The last I heard he was in Paris, but when I say last, that was 6 months ago. Called in for a customer who was looking for Magma Originals. After it's true, we kind of lost contact since. Mark breaks off. Guess that in some way he must blame me a little for what happened between Yuli and me, seeing how our breakup also cost him a business partner. Anyway, so no news of Yuli lately. But why do you ask? Just do that. Send me a record. So yeah, I'm assuming, so Yuli did send her the record, but so when she went into the past by listening to the record, obviously, he didn't send her a record at that time. Okay, I get it now. I get it. Alright, I decided to get straight to the point. He sent me a record. A record? Yes, no explanation, no return address, and nothing. Just a vinyl record in a package. To tell the truth, the only clue that told me that it came from him was his handwriting for the address. Mark watches me with an odd intensity. Did that spark his interest when I mentioned the record? Or was it something else? Concern? Or fear? Could you describe the record to me? I can do better than that. I'm about to fish the record out of my bag when Mark gestures me to stop. Alright. Let's continue. He hails someone. Okay, I thought it was like something bad could happen. Alright, he hails someone who's rummaging in the reggae Afro beatbox behind me. Hey, sir. His target turns with an air of feigned innocence. This guy in his 50s who wears a black leather biker jacket and snug matching pants. So much description. His hair, which is slicked back rockabilly style, is considering his age in probable uniform black of a bottle of hair dye. Can I help you? Guy grumbles in discontent, shakes his head, and saunters toward the exit. Mark waits for the closing door to ring the bell hanging above it before continuing. Did that guy follow you by any chance? So I was being followed then, apparently. Follow me? Yes, follow you. How should I put it? Have you had the feeling that you've been watched since you received the record? Yeah. Yes, I had a feeling of being followed yesterday evening on my way home. But Wells figured I was being paranoid. Why would someone tell me? And anyway, why would you suspect that guy especially? Mark can't repress a smile. What are you thinking of, Mark? What's happening? Two things. An old rockabilly who I don't know in my shop. They're an endangered species. I guarantee they all come in here, no exceptions, at least once a week for a coffee or a beer. They never buy anything, but they're cool and they always got some amazing stories to tell. Okay, that seems like a bit of a stretch, but never mind. And a guy in leather and boots going through the Afrobeat box in 10 minutes, if that's not suspicious. I burst out laughing. Okay, that is very suspicious, you're right. Mark leads over the counter to check who's actually in his shop. There's a couple of students giggling in the depths of the shop, and a guy meticulously comparing the covers of 2 copies of Frank Zappa's Hot Rats. The headphones of the open access turntable clamped over his ears. Okay, coast clear. Slip the record from my bag and place it on the counter. What is it? This 45 white label. Test pressing? No scribe number in the groove, one of the 2 sides of the mirror side. Mark smiles. You ever forgotten the jargon then? After all this time I spent with Julie, I think it's about lodged in my brain forever. You can put it away. No way it is. Really? It's not a white label, it's an acetate? Acetate? Man, all these words. Why? I just want to play the game. Well, it's a visual novel, so I don't want to read these words. Hard words. Okay. It's a single copy. That's why there's no matrix number. Put the record back in my bag. I'm surprised you don't recognize it. You really unearthed it a while before you split up. It was the only record you wanted to keep when you left. Which meant I had to buy a share of the stock. I would prefer that he take the psychedelic shelf instead of saving me taking out a bank loan. Which one should I do? Maybe this one? Do you know where it comes from? Well, no, I don't know how Yuli got a hold of it. On the other hand, there are quite a few legends going around about that recording. Uh-oh. Have you heard of Robert Johnson? Okay. Is Robert Johnson a real person? I mean, I could look it up, but you know what? Since I've never heard of this person, I'll put no. No, sorry, I can't say I have. He was an old Mississippi bluesman. And when I say old, I mean old. The 30s. He's a guy who invented tons of great blues riffs at a time when they were barely able to record them. Working in cotton fields, and from one day to the next, he got hold of a guitar and was able to play it perfectly. Legend says he made a pact with the devil at the crossroads. He died suddenly in 1937? Unless it was 1938. Never mind. Nobody's sure of the date of any case. the cause of death is just as mysterious. Oh yes, I remember. He was the first member of the 27 Club, right? Exactly. Or one of the first. The most comprehensive list count 2 or 3 musicians before Johnson. Officially, he died 27 years old, like Joplin, Morrison, Brian James, Nick Drake, or most recently, Cobain. Wait, Microgroove didn't exist back then. If it's really his music on the record, it should be a 78, shouldn't it? Precisely. I'm getting to that. Okay, we're getting to the good stuff, getting to the nitty-gritty of all this. So he died mysteriously at the end of the 30s. There are 2 or 3 witness reports from people who claim to have seen Johnson on stage during the 40s, but nothing very reliable. The rest of the story, which is much less well known, happens 20 years later, a few hundred miles further north. Memphis, Tennessee. At the end of the golden age of Sun Studios, Presley had already left the label for RCA when Carl Perkins had just had a car accident. And it was then that we rediscovered for the first time the recordings of Robert Johnson. Of course, all the producers of the era already knew them. With the rock and roll boom, there was a huge systematic appropriation of black music by white musicians. It wouldn't be the first time it happened, and unfortunately, it wouldn't be the last. And Johnson's repertoire was a gold mine waiting to be plundered. Not just the blacks either. Do you know that Link Wray was Amerindian? When you think of the major contribution of a track like Rumble to the history of rock. I could feel Mark starting to ramble, and I intervened to get him back on subject. So Sun Studios then. Yes, sorry, I'm getting off the point. So then this old black guy with a guitar knocks on the studio door. This guy is kind of strange, but he insists to the receptionist that he wants to see the producer. It's late, there's hardly anyone left in the office, and she can't get rid of him. Finally, she calls Sam Phillips, the boss, who stayed to work late that day. Sam Phillips arrives, asks what is going on, and the guy introduces himself. Hello, Robert Johnson, come to record a track. And that's where the record comes from? Absolutely. Are you okay? I'm not boring you, am I? You know what I'm like. I go on for hours. Shall I tell you the rest? Of course. I need to know everything. With pleasure. Finding his old story is fascinating. Okay, so Phillips finds himself in the lobby of Sun Records with a filthy old black guy who claims to be Robert Johnson. First, he asks him to come back tomorrow, but Johnson won't listen. He needs a record. He needs to record. He needs to record right now. I was like, record. Okay, yeah. Words need to like stop. Yeah, record, record. Yeah, like, stupid words, man. All right. He'd have the hounds of hell on his tail. Satan would have to come to reclaim his soul. You get the picture. Phillips knew Johnson's story here at the records, and he was above all a businessman. The person sitting opposite of him was clearly pretty unstable psychologically, but where was the risk in putting him into a booth to record a few tracks? Scribbled out on contract, Johnson's taken to a studio, Phillips goes back to what he's doing. 2 or 3 hours later, this god-awful noise, which echoes through the whole building, comes from Studio B, where Johnson was recording. The witnesses said that when they entered the room, there was a strong smell of sulfur. That technician was in fetal position under the console, and Johnson was gone, as if he just vanished. They called an ambulance for the technician. They said the poor guy spent the rest of his life in a mental asylum. All they found in the studio was the old Gibson L1, which Johnson arrived with, broken into pieces, and the track which was recorded during the session, recorded on whatever that word is. Mark nods his head at my handbag. Your record. Phillips takes to his office where it stays for many years, and for that moment, fortune smiled on him again. Sun Records bounced back by signing Johnny Cash Perkins, recovered from his accident, and returned to the studio. But the good luck only lasted for a while. After the long decline in the 60s, the back catalog was sold off to the highest bidder, and the studio closed down. This place is some sort of rock and roll museum these days. Anyway, that's it. All that to say that this recording is kind of the holy grail of record collectors, if you get what I mean. There are plenty of crazies who say it's got magical powers. If I were you, I'd be very careful that record attracts trouble. And to be honest, it makes me pretty anxious about Yuli. It's obviously the most precious thing he possesses. Him sending it to you by post like that's not a good sign. After everything you just told me, yes, it is worrying. Do you have his telephone number? The simplest thing we would do is to reach him for a start, right? Mark nods and picks up his handset, hangs up a few seconds later. Sending me direct to his answer phone, telling me my correspondence voicemail that box is full, which isn't totally surprising with Yuli. Interrupted by the sound of the bell which hangs above the door. Young girl with a striking 60s style approaches the counter. She asks shyly if there's any tickets left for Belle and Sebastian next month at the Femina. Mark takes the tickets from beneath the counter and makes a sale. I gaze after the young woman as she leaves. Mark clears his throat loudly at me. He watches me with a smirk. I realize I was probably staring at his customer so hard that he noticed. That style would suit you. Do you think? I'm surprised to find myself considering the possibility. Then again, it's not as if my job gives me much leeway fashion-wise. I don't know, I'm not persuaded that my bosses would find it quite as cool as you do. What was in your head going into finance? I'm a personal finance advisor in a little city center bank, and Bordeaux is not exactly what I call going into finance. Anyway, what were we saying? That Yuli is impossible to reach, and that's not what's surprising. I'd give you his address if you want. Do you want to go up to Paris sometimes for work? Do you go up to Paris sometimes for work? Mark grabs paper and pen. It can happen, but like once a year max. In any case, it's not gonna happen anytime soon. Same for me. I just got back from vacation. It'd be kind of tricky to justify a trip to Paris. Red now is number 2 just in case. Mark gives me paper. The first here and then calls the other, right? I nod. Thanks, Mark. You should drop by more often. It's good to see you. As they say, don't be a stranger. Yeah, why not? Alright, I'll try to come by more often in the future. That apartment is like a bomb site. Wait, did someone? Yeah, I was like, what the hell? Yeah. Was it? Did that guy break into the apartment? I sensed that something was wrong as soon as I entered the communal areas. The door of the apartment was already ajar and I pushed it open, and I prepared myself for the spectacle I was about to confront. Every square centimeter has been carefully searched, every closet emptied, every drawer turned out. Pick up a cushion which lays on the living room floor, place it on the couch before dropping down next to it, dejected. Realized that Mark's warnings weren't unfounded. Someone really wants that record, and that person is ready to enter my home while I'm ready to achieve their ends. Was it the old Rockabilly who was spying on me in the record store? He didn't seem particularly dangerous. On the other hand, a record with the power to change the past, I totally understand that someone might want to get a hold of it, even if that means breaking a few laws along the way. Guess there are a few things that I might be tempted to change myself. We all have our regrets, our missed opportunities. Glass on the turntable. It's been thrown on the floor and the tone arm has been flown under the dresser. Just as well, at least, I won't be tempted to listen to it again. At least not until I have a better understanding of how the record works. At the moment, the only solid lead I have is Yuli. Check out my phone, dial the number that Mark gave me. Maybe I'll be luckier than him. You never know. Apparently not, because I'm also welcomed by the recorded operator's voice telling me in a monotone voice that your correspondence voicemail box is full. Beneath the number, there's an address in St. Ouen? I don't know these French cities. Just give me Paris. Paris and Nice. It's the only cities I know. Just say that. Or, yeah, I think that's it. I know what I have to do. I begin by calling a locksmith to come and repair my door while I drag my suitcase from the top of the closet. Next, I try to call my boss, the bank manager, but he's already switched off his work phone for the night. Damn. I have to drop in at the bank tomorrow, then let them know I'm going. Spend the evening tidying up my apartment. Next day, my boss is understanding but firm and insists that I transfer all my ongoing files to my colleagues. In the end, I only managed to catch a train to Paris at the end of the afternoon. Ooh. So chapter 2, so there's 6 chapters. Hmm. You know what? I could probably just finish just this. Yeah, I've been playing for apparently 50 minutes. That's what it says down here. Yeah. I mean, if I played the whole game, it's probably like 6 hours. But that's only one playthrough. Yeah, you know what? I'll continue. I'll continue it tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Next week. Why not? Okay. So yeah, what's chapter 2 called? Just make sure Paris. Okay. Duh. All right. Yeah. I'll do chapter 2 tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Next week. Hopefully next Saturday. I should be free again next Saturday. I'll do chapter 2 Paris. Yeah. Okay. So far, my thoughts on the game. I mean, I'm into it. Kind of hoping down the line I get to use the record more often, because yeah, I want to see like what different decisions I can make. Because yeah, I only made just one decision. So yeah, I'm assuming like one major decision a chapter. Then I'm going to assume. Yeah, one major decision, and of course you have like the minor decisions. Other than that, so okay, yeah, I'm into it. I'm into the game. All right, so did it save? I mean, yeah. So hold on. I'm gonna start the chapter, or did it? Or yeah, hold on a sec. Did it save? Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, it says saves automatically. So hmm. Okay, I'm gonna back out for a moment. Okay, close it out, and then I'm gonna hope it starts back right there on that part. Okay, yeah, all right, good. Yeah, chapter 2, Paris. Okay, yeah, all right. Cool. All right, so 6 chapters. It'll take me 6 Saturdays to finish it. All right, yeah, easy. Yeah, I've finished chapter 1 in less than an hour. So yeah, I'm assuming maybe an hour a chapter probably. So yeah, really not that long of a game, but it's gonna be a game where I'm gonna want to play multiple times. I'm gonna play this time on stream. I'm gonna stream it obviously, but when I play it again over and over again, I'm not going to stream it. Like, I'd rather see like what decisions I can make, So yeah, I'm into this game. I mean, I'm not like oh my god, I gotta like play it, like gotta play it some more. I mean, yeah, I mean, when I'm finished with the game, I'm going to play again over and over, figure out like what new things I can unlock. But yeah, it's fun so far. So finished, do chapter 2 next week, and then chapter 3 the week after, blah, blah, blah. You know, keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. So, alright. See you guys next time.